Everybody, welcome to the Numbers 2016 channel, and today I'd like to just make a little tier list for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Now, I've been playing this game since 2020, and I believe that Torchwood is my most played class, easily by far actually. I am someone who loves tanks. I love heavyweights. And I am overall someone who likes to play in a defensive position. Torchwood is a class basically meant to hold ground. He's not actually supposed to like push on his own like he's supposed to be advertised as. Because if you do, you'll find out very quickly like, oh, I just get like there's insta-kill abilities in this game that like 275 health if I don't have my leaf shield up, you're gonna die. He really only has like one ability for pushing, and even then, like it's not even like that good for solo pushing. As a Torchwood, though, compared to something like I'd say like Heavy from TF2, the main difference you have are your abilities and how you can choose to use them. You can have Blazing Blast, Leaf Shield, and forget the middle one, but you know the one where he lights blue and he starts shooting people. It does increase DPS but less damage a shot, but it does let people on fire. It lights people on fire. That's the big one, and it increases the DPS by a lot. I forgot how much specifically, but it's a good margin. So overall, I hope that like the guide that I make here will provide usefulness to future Torchwood mains. Starting off, we have the imps. So overall, as a class, I'd say the imps are probably the most even you can be. If you have bad aim, the imps can be really bad to fight, but like if you have a good aim, like you can easily just shred the imp's health like completely. And the imp itself doesn't actually have DPS to kill you, except for one, but we'll get to him later. But the problem actually comes in with the Z-Mech. You actually can take quite a beating from the Z-Mech. Like, their leaf shield up, they can waste overheat on you and you still won't die. But like without leaf shield, like stuff like Missile Madness is gonna be a huge problem. Just cuts your entire health. Gravity Grenade's also really bad for you. Imkata is kind of like a troll, if I'm being honest. Like, no, you shouldn't be dying to Imkata, in my humble opinion. Like, that just should not be happening under any circumstance unless like they know you're at low health, which in this case, like I guess, I mean they could just spend a clip on you, but you know they could spin around like a retard too. Like they could be a fucking Dreidel for all I care. But yeah, overall imp isn't really too problematic, I'd say. Like especially this guy actually, because his DPS is lower and his mech has no range, so you can kind of like chip it from further away. Granted, highest DPS in the game when he does get close, so be careful of that. But you can keep him away. Your range is bigger, and you have Blazing Blast as well. So if he's like at half health, which is a chance you could like just kill him before he even kills you. If you kill the Z-Man, he can't revive too. Z7. This one's rough. This one's very rough. Because it's not so much the mech this time, right? The mech, obviously, the pull ability is actually pretty annoying. Like, it puts you out of position, all of that. But at the same time, puts them in Blazing Blast range, so we have to be careful with that. But it puts you out of position when you're trying to hold high ground and shit. But, like, that's not what makes it bad. What makes it bad is that, remember when I said the regular imp just did not have the DPS to kill you? So, the regular imp's DPS is very good, but it takes a bit for him to kill a Torchwood. Z7's DPS, as you all know, there's no automatic rate of fire. It's how fast you fire. And if you can fire fast, 275 is gone in like 0.75 seconds, 0.5 seconds. Like, it all depends on you. Like, the better you get with Z7, the easier Torchwood becomes to fight. Especially with the fact that, like, you are harder to hit, it's easier to sneak up on them. You can just kind of pop up behind. It might be -2 actually. It's that bad, but like I'll say here because like most C7s aren't actually that good. But you can very easily just like lose complete control and just oh fuck, you know, like, oh fuck, you're behind me and I die, you know? So it's very real. It's a very real possibility of you just dying to Z7. Okay, Party's just stock imp. I mean, it's technically a little bit worse because he has meter, but like, they're kind of like bar for bar, like the same. Shrimp is a bit easier in my opinion than imp, but the mech is actually so much worse because the mech outranges you so far. I'm gonna put it here because it's like I think the mech is the mech, like you can just get sniped so far away, and the mech is so good against Torchwood, like he can't catch up to it. If you blazing blast it, like do damage far range, it's like it's not worth it. His ammo pool's a lot, so like even if he chips you, like he and you got your leaf shield up, he'll just ignore you, chip someone else, chip your sunflower maybe. And like you don't really have too much of any options to retaliate, gravity grenade, stuff like that. That's all still real, by the way. He has less health, I believe, than the Z-Mech, so you have that going for you. But again, he has a super cracked mech. We're missing a couple. This guy, he's kind of bad, if I'm being honest. Like, yeah, like explosive rounds, I guess. Like his DPS is worse than regular imps. The pylon mech isn't. You're not really that scared of it. I mean, walking on the mines are kind of annoying. Like, you have so much health you can just kind of like shrug it off. I don't know. Like, it's just not. Like, it's just not a real character. Scallywag. Okay, Scallywag. This is pretty This is actually probably your easiest matchup, if I'm being honest. Just because he's a shotgun imp, right? And if you don't know what shotguns, you have to get close to the guy to do your max damage. Torchwood can just blow fire at you, and you just die so quickly. The mech itself, it works like Deadbeard's primary, and it's very clunky to use. It's like a shotgun at first, and with the zoom in and stuff. I mean, the bomb's kind of annoying for everybody, but like it's very slow. It's very clunky to use. Like you can kind of just outpace it. It's not the hardest to take down even at 400 health. Because it's just so goddamn big. But the legendary meter is kind of annoying, but if I'm being honest, like if you put up leaf shield, you can just kind of ignore it because it doesn't boost damage. You know, eventually Scallywag is gonna die, but he's the reason why he's not a rape victim is because I still think like you have gravity grenade, so you can like provide assists against Torchwood, but it's still not good. Like you have the gravity grenade and like hide under them to like actually start dealing meaningful damage without getting melted immediately. Okay, all these guys. Okay, you see all the super brains. They're like memes. They're memes against Torchwood. He melts every single one of. Oh yeah, especially these two. I'll get to a second to explain why. This one's not that bad because he relies on punches. So when he relies on punches, you can, like, if you're not paying attention, you can just be like bait to this guy. But like again, you can just blaze and blast him, and like he has to retreat eventually. And honestly, like without his super form, with a super form, he's obviously a threat. But even with your leaf shield, you can outpace him. But without it, he's actually just like such a nothing character, and you should be able to take care of him. Super brains +2. Party brain, same thing, +2. If anything, actually, he might be a rape victim too, just because how much lower his fucking DPS is. The chain is like nothing. Okay, so Cosmic Brains. Okay, so Cosmic Brains, I contrary to popular belief, because of fucking Wolf he plays, he's not a bad character at all. No, he has good damage. He has the second charge is actually really good. 49 is not a joke. And the non-revive thing, the revive thing is actually underrated, because like if you kill like a sunflower from the back, they can't just rev it, and like you can like beat like sunflower chains with it. So that's actually a pretty useful ability. It's also just fun, but the reason why it doesn't work against Torchwood is because you can do combos with Cosmic Brains, right? So let's say you get a fully charged, you hit around like 70, and then you hit a super ultra ball. That's not killing Torchwood. That's not killing Torchwood, actually. I believe Super Ultra does 150 plus 7 is 210. Torchwood has 275, and he has Blazing Blast. So he'll just breathe at you and you die. His primaries are also a lot more consistent. You can kind of just like anti-air him a lot. I mean, like, yeah, I guess you control like when you have to fight Torchwood, and like when you're low, you can rush in. But like, it's not that good. Like, most of the time, like when you see a Torchwood, you just stay away from them. Like, you actively don't engage with them. Like, Torchwood's good at dissuading like Super Brains to their sunflowers, and I think it's kind of like how when you have a heavy medic combo, like scouts don't want to fuck with you. Breakfast Brains. Breakfast Brains is kinda doo-doo ass, if I'm being honest. Like, he's fun, but he has like to like rev up his damage, and by the time he gets max damage, you have to worry about him overheating and stuff. And like he has to like control his burst as well, and like it's a whole thing. And like Torchwood just out, like, even like they both have rev up, but he's only exclusively at melee, and Torchwood has higher DPS and an insta kill ability at up close, essentially, as well as a way to negate all of the damage. So if you do overheat, it's like, okay, well, he only took like 125, 150. The leaf shield, it's like, yeah, okay, it's not too bad. Electro Brains, I mean, like, it's probably the same as Super Brains, but his damage is just so much worse. He does get an extra punch, but it doesn't really add much to his kill time. Okay, Deadbeard. Deadbeard's very strange, because I feel like you get a lot of shared vanquishes, but you don't actually end up killing the Torchwood. But you do help greatly in taking him down. Like, parrots are annoying. Like, Barrow can be shockingly useful just as like a little like distraction to the Torchwood. But like for the most part, like again, like they don't do enough damage to kill them, but like Torchwood can't really engage with them. It's strange. You can like use the fire to like set them on fire, and it's not like completely awful, but it is. I'd say for stock Deadbeard at least, his damage is because the rest of them I feel like their damage doesn't really keep up with Torchwood. Cannon's pretty bad actually, but not for the reason why Deadbeard's bad. But I'll just place everybody else like here because I don't think their damage is good enough to actually pose a threat to Torchwood. Deadbeard is, but Cannon. Here's the thing with Cannon. So he's a manual detonation character, and you might be thinking that's like, okay, well, that's like not that big of a deal. I mean, like, but like the thing is that he does so much damage under X. He does 49. You can chunk a lot to a Torchwood with that amount, and I believe that he doesn't have fall off on it as well. He has even more leniency, so if the Torchwood does try to dodge, he can just manually detonate and like do more damage to it. He still gets the pirate abilities. You know, like, those are always good. Except for Cannon. Cannon's kind of like a nothing ability, in my opinion. Barrel can be pretty crucial, but like at the same time, like if you have shield, it's not worth going for. I think Barrel's actually a really good escape option as well. Like damage resistance is kind of crazy, and you can just kind of use it to like just kind of get out of there quickly. Bird is annoying, you know, drones and all that. Torchwood probably won't be paying attention in the sky, so the DPS of it can rack up really quickly. Soldiers are a huge problem. One smaller issue, they have high ground, and a lot of the buildings have roofs, like curved roofs. So as a Torchwood, they can easily just kind of corner peek you over and over again because they have a lot more mobility to do so. Secondly, probably a bigger one, ZPGs. ZPGs do 300. Even with a health upgrade, you're not living a ZPG. You can only live one when you have a leaf shield up, but like there's so many, and two, you have to like kind of like accept the fact that like sometimes a foot soldier will like just jihad on you, like just bomb in with a ZPG ready just to kill you. Like, you are a high value target, so they may feel like it may be worth it. They also have very good damage on their primaries. Like they can hold their own, especially with a sting cloud and you can't see them. Like they can definitely like they can definitely do a good amount of damage to you. So for that reason, I think most of them are -1. This guy is -2. Yeah, this is easily his worst matchup. You just freeze to ZPG him, or just freeze him and just have someone else finish him off. You can put, like, when you freeze, like, you have to re-rev again. You just completely stop moving. You just get so left behind if they have an Arc Trooper on their team that like once you dead, it's very bad for you. Tank. Tank is -1. Yeah, I'd say so, because he bursts you down. Actually, he bursts you down by a lot. Like 65 at a time in ZPG and stuff. A smaller thing as well is that it's kind of hard to tell from a distance if it's a ZPG or a tank commander projectile. General Supremo, I think, is even, because lower mobility means that, like, he's like probably my most played zombie, but lower mobility does matter a lot against Torchwood, because you have to rocket jump away more, and he's easier to shoot. I think, like, because he is still slowed down while revving, he can't corner peek as efficiently as Soldier can. Camo's pretty bad. Might be up here, but for now it's right here. Sky Trooper, your range of effectiveness is like about the same. I think it might be up here, but honestly, as a Torchwood player, I've never really had trouble with Sky Trooper in particular. I mean, yeah, I get it, the ZPG and all the abilities and stuff, but like it's just not that bad in my opinion. Centurion, same thing. It's like Camo, but like way worse as Torchwood. Park Ranger is actually pretty fucking annoying, because you have a hard time escaping the clouds. So you just kind of, it's very easy to like choke yourself to death in that situation. Scuba Soldier, yeah, -1. No, because he takes forever to kill you. He can burst you down the same way as Tank. Yeah, I'd say so. If the sonar decides to work, like the one occasion, yeah, like everybody knows where a Torchwood is, yeah, you're fucked, buddy. I feel like Engineer actually has a ability kit that counters Torchwood harder, but the way their primaries work, like they like Torchwood just like thugs them out. Like they have good damage, but like Leaf Shield, you can just kind of ignore most of it, and like they don't have any like insta-kill abilities. Big Bolt Blaster is actually a huge problem. I think that's the big issue here. Bolt Blaster, because they have the invincible hitbox on the front, so it's very annoying to try to hit them. And they also can do a lot of damage to you. Like they can kill you way quicker. But again, like they're also like big hitboxes. Their mobility isn't as good as soldiers. They don't get high ground as often. I mean, like the mines, they can cause you to unrev, and you have to rev up all over again, but like, I don't know. They're definitely not winning. I'll say that. Like, I think most of them aren't winning. Well, these guys have low, like, again, these guys have stupidly low damage, so they're not that much of a threat, but like, yeah, like all these high damage ones, like, they can all like cause, like, they're all the same in my opinion. They can all cause like a lot of fucking harm to you. Well, actually, where did Painter go? I think, yeah, okay, he's right here. Painter's pretty bad. Like, his high damage, like, no specials matter as much because you're so fucking easy. Plumber, you're, it affects your sunflower a little bit. It's like a minus. Oh no. Landscaper, his DPS is actually that great, especially if he's first. Sanitation expert, better stock in my opinion. So right there. Rhodey, okay, he's +1. I want to make that clear, he's +1. But the reason why he's not down with the other reason here is because of how he doesn't how do I say this? He shuts down Torchwood's abilities and his damage is way higher, but he's still a melee character at the end of the day, and Torchwood can still like has a wildly match from AC parry. This in theory should like rape Torchwood as hard as Arctic Trooper, but he's so bad now that it's like like he's so bad. It takes like a whole clip to freeze and not even kill. It's so embarrassing what they did to him. I feel so bad for him. Scientists. Oh yeah, all these guys. Yeah, you don't have to worry about a single motherfucking one of them. Yeah. Yeah, you again, like I said, like close range, Torchwood melts people at close range. They have a low health pool. He doesn't even need it. He can just gun you down, which is fine. Except for this guy. This guy's bad. And same thing with this guy. Now I think about it, but like everybody else, like, yeah, actually no. We'll put the exclusively melee ones down here and rape victims because that's what happens to them. They get raped. They get raped. You can't even like engage with me at a distance. Like I'm not. How can I ever be scared of something like that? You know. Hypothetically, if I only revved up, yeah, these guys can get behind me and annoy me. But like because I can just turn around and whip my ability out real quick, and then like, especially if there's another one attacking me, I could like take both of them out at the same time. It's like not a problem. Archaeologist, yeah, you're bad. Computer scientist. The ability doesn't make that much of a difference. You're still down here. Okay. Finally, we have the All-Stars. These guys are actually pretty annoying. Because they kind of match. You do the same things, but the All-Star 1 is smaller, and 2, the ability kit is probably just as good, if not like because like All-Star's ability kit, it's like sprint, tackle, and imp punt. You know, shield dummies can be kind of annoying to provide extra cover, but the biggest one I think is sprint tackle because you can tackle right behind you into an imp punt and it burst you down really quickly. And like again, like you can't insta kill them like the same way the other close range classes get insta killed because they have so much health. Like they can take a beating. So I do think well. No, because you both take a while to kill each other, and like they don't really like have you're kind of like a giant like cooldown waster to most of them. Oh, this guy's bad though. Like this guy, yeah, like him freezing you is a huge problem. Well, actually, it's not as bad because his DPS is complete like horseshit. Like his DPS is so fucking bad. Compared to Arctic's, it's like actually like I think it's the lowest of all the All-Stars actually. It might be one of the lowest in the game. I think a lot of these are so yeah, especially this guy. He's actually like down here because you have to be so close and like he overheats so quickly. Hockey melts you pretty quickly. Rugby, you beat Rugby pretty convincingly. Like yeah, these two you beat pretty convincingly. Their DPS is worse. Golf even. Moto's actually okay. So I know his damage isn't good, but the ability to take away your abilities, funny wordplay, but the ability to take away your abilities and the fact that he runs so fast means that like you won't be getting killed by him, but when your abilities get turned off, you're gonna fucking notice, and you're gonna have a bad day because it's like oh fuck because Torchwood relies so heavily on his abilities that I feel like the ability to just turn it off is just horrible to deal with. Tennis, he has a bit more mobility, but I think in a head-on-head you won't really notice it. And Goat. Goat on his own isn't actually like a problem at all. Like he's just kind of weaker for a soldier with no ZPG. So there's that. But like if he boosts, you can quickly lose. Like if he boosts like an all-star or like let's say even like a soldier up close, like yeah, you can get fucked up pretty fucking quickly by Goat. So yeah, I mean this is roughly how I see it. I'm gonna try to organize it a bit actually. Like okay. let's say -1s. The worst matchup in -1, in my opinion, is probably still this guy. Like freeze is really bad for Torchwood. You have the sustain and firepower to match him. Z7's pretty bad, but let's see. I'd say like the foot soldiers are probably more annoying, especially like these two are pretty fucking annoying for Torch. Shrimp's probably way at the lower end because it's only the mech. Yeah, like Moto 2, because again you don't notice Moto too much. Hockey is, yeah, it's like somewhere in the middle. All the engineers, I mean, I think the engineers are pretty annoying, especially like this guy. Yeah, this guy's pretty annoying. Sanitation experts, poison, it's annoying. It's not just annoying, it's the fact that like it can affect the radius around you as well, and plants love to gather around their tanks, so there's that. Deadbeard I think is actually worse than Astronaut against you have a better chance of beating a Deadbeard than a good Astronaut in my opinion. So the Astronaut is like should be way higher too, actually. It should be like right here. Yeah, Astronaut's easily like probably the best character in the game. Like he's so good. He's like a fucking foot soldier, but each shot does 20 damage. And he fucking heals himself. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know. All the engineers are about the same to me. I mean, yeah. The foot soldiers are like in between the engineers. I feel like Park's probably worse than Scuba and Camo. Camo's worse than Par. Camo's worse than Scuba. Super Commando should be up here actually. He can burst you down really quickly too. Yeah, I'd say this is actually no, you can be a bit higher. You're like around NG level. Fire damage and splash. Yeah, fuck no, I'm not dealing with that. Like DPS isn't like amazing, but it's like the fact that like he constantly can just put pressure on you over and over and over again, you know? Like I don't want to fight that. Okay. Imps. I'm gonna leave even untouched actually. They're around the same. Okay, +1. Which one would I rather fight? I'm gonna put the hardest ones to fight up front, by the way. I'd say he's pretty hard compared to the rest of them. This guy's like not a threat. Yeah, I'd say something like this is good. My reasoning is that Rhodey can still turn off abilities, which is a huge downside. The mech for Drake can like do a lot of damage to you. Toxic Brains can farm you if you're not careful. Baseball Star has like the highest DPS in the game if you're like at point blank, so if he flanks you, you melt pretty easily, and the rest are just kind of like nothing. Down here, fuck, what do I even say about them down here? Scallywag probably does the best because he has Gravity Nade. Between Scientists and the Brains, I think you two do like a lot of damage. Like I'm not really scared of the Brains whenever I'm playing Torchwood. Well, actually, no. The archaeologist. There's no way. I would rather fight an archaeologist than a Brains. Computer scientist, you go up here. Yeah, something like this, I think, is fine. Like these are like nothing characters, but like, yeah. Okay, for our rape victims. Ooh, okay. It's gonna be a sensitive topic, but I think that between these guys, I think Cosmic has the highest chance of beating a Torchwood. I'd say Zoologist next. Actually no, Chemist. Zoologist I think has higher DPS than Chemist, so yeah, Zoology goes next. I think you destroy Watch it. I think Electro has the beam, so it's not as bad, but as chemist. But I think like Breakfast, yeah, easily. Like that's not like not even like a real like hypothetical character to you. Like he just gets washed. Like he gets fucking wops. I don't know what to say. Like everything I can think of that like has counterplay to Torchwood, like you just lose out on completely. Like there's not even close to you even come to like killing him. I'd say any other changes. Do I want to move into the evens to plus or minuses? I mean, not really. I'm fine with the way the list is actually right now. So yeah, I guess that'll conclude the video. I mean, it's my first video. It's pretty scuffed, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, you know? I mean, I've had a lot of fun making this. I mean, if you guys like, I could make one for other games. I could make a Project Plus DDD tier list. I could do a Melee Peach tier list personally. I could I could do a lot. I could do like a TF2 tier list for Heavy. That could be a lot of fun. I mean, I could also do one for NG as well, actually. But everybody watch the fucking Uncle Dane video. I don't know. Just tell me what you guys want me to make. You know, I could even like start promoting like stuff like Castaway. I mean, shit. I don't care, man. Like I'm a fucking sellout. Who gives a fuck, you know? Just if you got a product, I'll fucking buy. You know, I'll Jew out for a couple dollars. That's no big deal. You know, APAC back out my front door. I'll start doing fucking blood sacrifices. Who gives a fuck, you know? All right. Whatever. See ya, man.